What's up guys, it's ENDYMION, and today I don't have a Mass Effect video for you, but instead I want to talk about the newly released Marvel game, Guardians of the Galaxy, and why, if you love Mass Effect, it may be right up your alley. Don't worry about spoilers, I'm only showing stuff from the first 30 minutes or so of the game mostly here, so relax. But if you love video game content, especially Mass Effect, you're in the right place. Consider liking, subscribing, all the stuff the algorithm needs. Thank you, it gives my life meaning. And now, let's begin. So if you're like me, you've probably been clamoring for an experience similar to Mass Effect for years at this point. And weirdly enough, that experience in video game form has not been met for years, which is really weird. Where are all the space games where I can shoot aliens and talk to my crew? Well, that's where Guardians of the Galaxy comes in. Created by the fine folks over at Eidos Montreal, who, if you don't know, were responsible for the excellent Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided games, have decided to take the popular Marvel property and give us an actual game to play here that isn't full of microtransactions or needless padding or copy and paste open world design. Also, I should probably say before anything else, I'm not sponsored by Square Enix. I bought this game with my own money and I'm literally just talking about it. Anyway, honestly, so far for me anyways, from what I've played, Guardians feels like an anomaly in today's gaming world, especially from a AAA standpoint. Most games these days are open world, full of busy work and checklists to do, kill 5 animals, turn in a quest, go liberate the outpost 20 times over a giant map, you know what I mean. But with Guardians, it's very refreshing and completely not like most of the recent releases in the last few years. So how is it like Mass Effect? Well, in Mass Effect, you play the leader of a crew of aliens who you bond with on a spaceship as you fly from planet to planet, solving problems, unearthing ancient mysteries, and saving the galaxy. In Guardians of the Galaxy, you play the leader of a crew of aliens who you bond with on a spaceship as you fly from planet to planet, solving problems, unearthing ancient mysteries, and saving the galaxy. Also, there's a talking raccoon and a tree man. But the similarities don't end there. You can also converse with your teammates on your ship and get to know them better, but the difference between Guardians and, say, the last 2 years of most game releases, Guardians doesn't worry about giving you busy work and instead focuses on the story and characters far more than making sure the game has co-op or always online busy work. Another question people will have is Guardians like Avengers 2020? Hell no. No. It is literally what Avengers should have been to begin with, and I'm glad Eidos didn't shoehorn in a tacked on multiplayer where you do the same things over and over for upgrades that don't change how you look or whatever. In fact, I would consider Guardians to not even really be an RPG game at all, really. You get skill points, sure, but each Guardian, from what I can see, has 4 major abilities, and then you have some sort of a mod perk list that you unlock with the use of components you find in the game world, but there's no gear, there's no different guns or whatever. It's more so an action-adventure game in the likes of Uncharted than it is a full-blown RPG like Mass Effect, for example. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing either. A lot of games these days think they need to check every list, like having big skill trees, big maps, and replayable content in order to make their games worth full price, and I put that worth in quotations, but I honestly disagree with this. If I have to choose between a game that is 70 hours long but is full to the brim with padding and fat in order to achieve that runtime versus a game that is 20 hours but those 20 hours are quality and all meat, no filler, I would go with the 20-hour game every time. Some games are the exclusion to this comparison, like say God of War 2018, which combines both the quality and quantity, or say The Witcher 3, but those games are in a league of their own, I would say. Guardians is a game that, so far anyways, respects your time and doesn't want to overstay its welcome, which is good, especially if you're an adult who, has things to do other than play video games. This is a perfect game for like a mom or dad to play in between work, family, and like whatever else. It's not too long, but not too short either. It's perfectly sized, and we need more games like this in my opinion. Gameplay-wise, Guardians plays more action-oriented than Mass Effect, in the sense that Guardians doesn't really use cover as much. so far anyway, that I've seen, and it's more about thriving in the chaos of combat than sitting behind cover and picking targets. Of course, I do think Mass Effect is more fun to play, but like I said in the beginning, we haven't had a Mass Effect-like game for a seriously long time. And I hope Guardians does well enough to show Square Enix, Eidos Montreal, and most importantly, Disney and Marvel, that fans want more games like this in the future. Actually, you know what Guardians kind of reminds me now when I think about it? The closest comparison I can think of is probably Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, in the sense that it was also an anomaly for its time. Both games are single player, no expansions or whatever, and they just focus on what fans want and remove all of the busy work, and that's great. Of course, if and when a Guardians 2 were to happen, I do think Eidos should focus more on adding some more customization and opening up the game a little more, in my opinion. But for their first effort and the first proper fully playable game featuring these characters, yeah, I think Guardians of the Galaxy is a step in the much needed right direction. With the likes of Insomniac making Spider-Man and now Wolverine games, and Eidos hitting the bullseye with Guardians of the Galaxy, I think Marvel, in terms of video games anyway, it's looking pretty bright. Also, side note, did you know that Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, the dude who wrote and directed both The Last of Us games, said if he could do any Marvel property, he would do The Punisher. Hey, Sony and Disney, let Naughty Dog make a Punisher game, please and thanks. I would buy the hell out of that. While we're at it, can we get a Daredevil game and a proper X-Men game? It's been forever. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely for those out there who enjoy quality over quantity. And I hope the success of games like it pushes the games industry away from needless battle royales, always online, and multiplayer only games, and gives us more story-driven single-player games. Please, no more Avengers-like games, guys. I already play Destiny 2. I don't have the time for all these live in our worlds kind of games. Just give me an experience of high quality, and trust me, you'll be thankful you did that instead. So what do you guys think of Guardians of the Galaxy? Have you played it, considered playing it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love Mass Effect, you're in the right place. Do all the things the algorithm loves, and let me know what else you guys want to see. I'm Endymion. I'm gonna go back to Guardians now and, keep playing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.